A price tag has been set for a summer move that Leeds United fans are desperate for, screaming out. And we know that Leeds United fans are desperate to see some movement in the summer in general. And that includes both moves in and moves out. There are some players that people have been screaming out to sell for a long time. Some of them we've been screaming out to sell since last summer. And we'll need players in to replace those. And those can only start to happen when we have certainty on numbers either going out or coming in. And in this specific instance, Leeds United have set a £12 million price tag for Brenden Aaronson. Now, there's a hell of a lot to say about this, both about the number and the selling Brenden Aaronson, so we'll get into that in a moment. But first, follow me on Twitter. I don't know, I'm running out of things to say in these little call-out things. Anyway, hopping into it, the details. So, not the longest of story. Brenden Aaronson came to Leeds United, wasn't very good for an entire season. Then he went on loan, where he decided that he was worthy of going to a Champions League club, specifically Union Berlin in Germany. Fair enough, they were looking for ways to strengthen, improve, get a nice number 10 in. Hopefully they can kick on a little bit in the Champions League and secure qualification again for the next year. Not quite. Union Berlin have been in a relegation battle all season long. I had a quick look at the table. I can probably pull it up, but there's no real point because I'm just going to discuss it for a moment. They can still go down. Their goal difference, it ain't good. And they are only 3 points off the drop zone at the moment. So that could be incredibly funny to see Brenden Aaronson get relegated 2 seasons in a row. But that club likely do not want to see Brenden Aaronson back at Union Berlin for reasons I'll get into in a moment. But neither are we. We don't want to see him back for very obvious reasons of when Liam Cooper said, if you don't want to be here, then fuck off. He immediately did, which tells us that he doesn't want to be here, so we're not going to want him next season, whether we're in the Championship or the Premier League. So now we need to talk about how he's done in Germany. And oh boy, it wasn't good. He got as many cards as he did goals. Scored twice and got a yellow and a red card. Well done, Brenden. Excellent work. In addition to that, all season, you've got to remember he's a number 9, so he should be creating chances. And if he's not creating them on the end of them to try and score the goals that either keep Union Berlin up or, as they would have wanted at the start of the season, push them into European qualification places, he's had 7 shots on target all season. I had to sort of double check this because I thought that's madness, that's rubbish. And I compared his shots on target this season, 7, to his shots on target last season, 9. Combining his shots on target from the last 2 years is less than the amount of assists Jorginho Rutter has gotten this season alone. And the fact that he could still go down on the final day is delicious to me. So, with all that in mind, we need to consider that we don't want him. Union Berlin probably won't want him, so we're going to need to work something out at some point. Leeds United are selling the American for £12 million. Now, as a price tag, you might not think that that is ideal because you need to remember we signed him for 25 million quid last summer. So you might be wondering, what gives? Because that's a very, very big loss. It's £13 million of loss, and all I can say at this point is thank you, Victor Orta. Well done. It seemed like we wanted to get that move done without overly negotiating and making it as easy as we can and making sure Jesse Marsh got his players or whatever. And we ended up paying over the odds vastly for Brenden Aaronson, which is bad. And I think genuinely 12 million quid is about right after the last 2 years that he's had. Because at both of the clubs, he's shown that he's reasonable with his feet. He can find a little bit of space and occasionally create chances for other people. But then again, he's only got 1 assist this season. And he's come off the bench more than he started games, which is also bad for him. 12 million quid for a forward that will bring a good few fans with him because American and has a little bit of room to develop probably seems about correct. Because he does have a bit of potential, even though he's not brought it out at any point, and he is young, but he's got so much that he needs to learn on the football pitch, and it's not the easiest sell for any club. There's no way that we could go to someone that is just getting promoted, say Ipswich, and go, look, we've got this player who played for us in the Premier League and was part of the side that got relegated partially because he wasn't able to create any chances. But moving on from that, would you like him for £12 million? Not even that. Would you like him for, we don't want to take a loss on this, would you like him for £25 million? And they go, okay, he wasn't good in the Premier League. You sent him out on loan, so maybe he developed. Oh, no, he got worse. No one's going to take that for £25 million, so we absolutely just need to take the financial loss on this one. There's no way we can sell him to any side on the planet for a profit, because that's not going to work. No one is going to spend that much money on Brenden Aaronson, and there is no chance at all that we'd be able to. I mean, even, I think 12 million might even be a tough sell, but who knows with the way that football transfers work at the moment. And I'll be honest, we need to get him sold at some point, because it beats not selling him at all. It beats him going out on loan again and again and again and again and again, us having to work that out every single summer, and eventually his contract runs out and we've done nothing with it. And we've not gotten that 12 million quid in. Because that 12 million will also go towards that 70 odd million pounds, which is now 30 something that we need to pay in transfer fees before the end of the summer. Brilliant. That's fine. We can do that. Sell him. It deals with some immediate problems. Yes, it's not great to have a loss on the FFP, but sometimes it's a must. And importantly, this entire move sends some big signals, not just to the fans, but to the players and our potential targets. First up, it says that we will sell players that we do not want or need, and we'll do it fast. Diego Llorente, recently as well, was the first sale of the summer, going to Roma for 5 million euros. But the fact that we got that moved on early says, okay, we're happy to move quickly. And the fact that this story exists in the first place shows us that we're acting fast, that we're acting in a way that is, okay, when it comes to the transfer market, we will just get deals done. The issue last summer, we didn't know who was staying and who was going. It was quite hard to sign someone, because who knows, you could always get Luis Sinisterra deciding after training to piss off to Bournemouth. You could get Tyler Adams after deciding that he'd be a mentor figure to Archie Gray, deciding again to piss off to Bournemouth. Bournemouth, would you like Brenden Aaronson? Ignore everything I've said. He's great. You need to sign him. In addition to that, it shows that we're happy to take a short-term financial loss if it improves the club's structure in general. Aaronson isn't good for this club structure because he's on insanely high wages for the Championship. Add on the fact that he doesn't want to be here. Add on the fact that it sends the message of, if you don't want to be here, then you will not be here. Structurally, the club is in a better place for it. And emotionally, I feel like the club's in a better place for it as well. And although it is a financial loss, it's not one that super harms the FFP at all, to be honest. Yeah, it's a little bit of a loss, but it's 12 million quid that we wouldn't have otherwise, because a higher price tag is not going to sell. But ultimately, we will find out how this story grows in the upcoming weeks. This is going to be a very, very busy transfer window, and it's fine, innit? No matter what league we're in, we won't see him next season at all. But let's see how it goes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not yet. That is always massively appreciated. It is huge for the channel. Could even become a channel member. All the membership revenue right now is going to Prostate Cancer UK, which is absolutely huge. And I've got Balls Knowledge coming at 5 PM with JT, and that's going to be great fun. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. I've just remembered, I think Brenden Aaronson is the last American left at the club. We might be free.